Hello, good evening, everyone. How are you doing? So, tonight's topic is community. So, we're going to be really focused talking about community. What does it mean to you? What's needed? Hey, Tosh. Hey, girl. Hey, y'all. Good evening. How are you guys doing? Hey, Alexis. How are y'all? What's up, everybody? How are you? Good evening. Good evening. Happy Thursday. I know y'all are excited. I don't know about you, but I am. I just got back from out of town, though. So it's been fantastic. So, you go out of town or you do something different, you're like, I feel re-energized. Like it's crazy. So yeah, that's what we will be talking about tonight, is about that. So you guys let me know what you're drinking. So I'm going to show you guys, I have red wine tonight. So let me know what you're drinking tonight for the late happy hour. Because, and you don't have to have alcohol. It could be water or whatever else that you would like, and everything like that. So see, do you need, I'm typing in this so you guys can see, so the people who come on afterwards can kind of see what we're talking about whenever we get started. Do you need it or nah? Hey, water at my salon. Hey, that's okay. I had water earlier. So hey, Denny. So yeah, hi, Brownstone. Because it is, I mean, it's real. I feel like I need to be drinking more water. So I have just a little bit of wine. So we'll have that to get started. But I'm so glad to see you guys. Good evening. Good evening. And if this, hi, Denny, I'm doing good. Thank you. So yeah, so if you guys haven't been on here before, but this is the late happy hour, I am Steph of Phoenix Michele Photography. And what I do is give tips just in general. Like sometimes it's a walkthrough of Instagram hacks that I've found out or that I've learned about, or apps that can kind of make our lives easier and better as creative entrepreneurs, and just business tips as well, because it's hard out here for all of us, right? And we do it all while having a little bit, a little bit glass of a drink or so. So yeah, so let's get into it. I want to cheers to you guys. So I hope your week has been fine, been good. I just got back in from Tennessee from a photography conference. If you guys seen any of my stories, oh my gosh, it was so beautiful. So, but we'll get started. Here we go, guys. Let's cheers out. Let me know what you're drinking, and we'll go ahead and we'll get started. So cheers, guys. This is good. So I got a red wine that was recommended to me. So I'm always trying to like branch out, because I know like safe stuff, but it's always good to kind of branch out and to try to do, different types of wines. So before I get into tonight's topic about community, I wanted to give you guys a couple of updates that are coming up as far as Instagram is concerned. That's actually really cool. So if you don't have your app updated, always keep your app up to date, because, there's new features. Instagram's always testing things out. But if this is really great for my people who have boutiques or want to sell products, that you can now be able to sell stuff through IGTV. So Instagram's really making it really great for small business owners, I feel, to, really get out there and to do more and to do better. So that is a really great thing. It's Instagram's birthday, so there's some extra hidden like birthday hacks. You can change some stuff up as far as icons. So I will be posting some videos on that, because I always like me a good hack and always customize and stuff. So those are kind of the latest things that I've seen as far as Instagram updates are concerned. There's different layout things that they're doing, testing out, different ways of the interface of Instagram. But those are the main things that are really exciting. So definitely the IGTV thing. So if you are a person who has products or anything like that, that's fantastic. All right, so let's get into it. So tonight we're going to be talking about community, because I just came from a photography conference. It's called the Photo Cookout, and it is amazing. So it's my third year. It's been running out in Tennessee, but it made me really think about the sense of community that I felt when I was there. So what is community? Community is a feeling of fellowship with others as a result of sharing common attitudes, interests, and goals. So we all have this, right? So it's basically like having similarities between each other, right? And so that comes from no matter what you do. Like, let's say I like to go swimming. Well, there's a swimming community. When you like to go running, a blogger community, right? So this is what a community truly is. And so we're going to talk about whether or not you need it, and some of the expectations versus reality that actually happens from having a community. I feel like some people think like a community is like, it's not to be necessarily taken advantage of, but that the community is just like, oh, it's just like a fad word, right? Like influencer and stuff like that. Like, oh, I have a community, I'm a part of a community, but are you really? and what are you getting out of the community? So always think about that of, okay, like I'm helping people, but how is it helping me as well? So, we don't want to go in just thinking like it's all about ourselves, but other people as well. So that's the first thing, just to kind of break down what is community. You hear that word a lot, but what is it? What is the true like definition of it? And I like the wording of fellowship. So like if you've gone to church or done anything like that, fellowship is basically spending time with people, giving people your energy, giving them your attention. So that is kind of the same thing with what community is. And so it's common attitudes, interests, and goals. So that could be for us, right? As entrepreneurs and creative entrepreneurs, like right now, we are a community because we're all creative entrepreneurs. We all want to learn better, skills and assets for our businesses and our brands. So we are a community. We are a community of entrepreneurs, creative entrepreneurs out here, living our best lives, trying to be better and learn to be, help others with whatever our skills or our assets are for our business that we want to provide to people. So first expectation, I think that kind of happens with people is that I want someone to help me with my struggles. Like it's all about me, me, me. That's why I joined a community, because if I see you're doing this, then you totally can help me out because hello, I need help, right? But sometimes that's not. The reality is that you actually end up helping people more by sharing your struggles. So by doing that, people can learn from you. And so I know sometimes it's kind of like, ooh, I don't want to tell people my struggles and my problems because then I'm going to look weak. But really, when you do that, I feel like you make yourself look really strong, because then by admitting that there are some faults you may have, like, hey, I struggle with XYZ, someone else could say, you know what, I struggled with that too, but I got over it. And let me tell you how I got over it. Or let me give you some tips. Let me give you some tools. Have you tried this? Have you tried that? And by doing those things, that really helps you to get stronger and to build up as a person. So by doing these things, it really helps you. Hey, Milton, by doing that. So don't feel like, you just go in and that you have someone to help you with just your struggles. Like, oh, it's just about me. No, you go into a community in order to help other people and to share your struggles. And by doing that, it actually makes you stronger. You will see things like, oh, I didn't know I could do that. Oh, you use what tool? So like talking to other people, sharing these things is actually helping others as well. And you'll build out a more genuine relationship with people as well by doing that. So you definitely want to do that. So I think some people come into a community like, ooh, if I join this community or this group, I'm going to just get all the answers. And sometimes that's not the case. Like sometimes you don't get any answers because you're not going in with the right mindset, right? So you need to go in saying that I'm going to help others as well, and this is going to benefit me. It's kind of like when you teach a subject, you think like when they say a subject really well, it's because you could teach it to somebody else. So I feel like sometimes it's kind of the same, because I used to do a lot of math tutoring and things like that. And I tell you, I dug deep into some concepts. I was like, oh, I totally get it. Then I started teaching. I was like, maybe I'm not as clear with this concept as I thought I was. So it's the same thing with any kind of struggle or any type of business that you're having at all is, okay, this is what I need to do. This is what I'm trying to get back to the community. So that is, one expectation that I feel like kind of people get in. They're like, oh, I'm just going up. It's just going to help me. And I'm like, you might want to think about that, right? So that's not necessarily the whole like idea behind it. So second expectation, having a community is pointless. I don't need it. Okay. So you hear a lot of people talk about, oh, this is my tribe, right? This is my squad, gang. So like things like that, like, yeah, you need those things. Hey, thanks for joining at home. So things like that will help you out, but there's so much more to a community that you can get. So like how we're talking about sharing and helping each other out. You do those things, but it actually helps you get more resources. You can make more connections and you can hear about other people's story. So there's one thing that's really good for your business and your brand as well. So the reality is it's really helpful to have those things. So I think a lot of businesses and brands, they have communities around it, right? So think about like Nike, just do it, right? So, you talk about Nike, but it's a brand, but the community behind it is that, okay, we're all athletes. We're all striving to be bigger and better. So like that's part of the brand, but their community is strong. Like you meet someone who's like loves Nike, they're a hardcore Nike fan, right? And so that's kind of what you want with your brand as well. So whenever you're telling your brand story, you want to build up a community. So I think every business and every brand, you need to have a community, right? Like I really appreciate you guys for being my community. Like you guys show up if I do anything, and it's so appreciative and it's so great because I give, you guys give me your energy and I give you back that energy, right? So if you guys need something, I'm here for you, and just the same way. So that's what a community really is. So I feel like If your brand does not have that, then that's something that you truly are missing out on. Okay, so a lot of people say, "Oh, I don't have anybody. I don't have all my followers." You know, if I hear people say, "Oh, I want to be I want to be an influencer, but I only have 200 followers." Okay, those could be the hardcore best community of 200 followers you will ever have. Do not worry about those numbers, period. Because there are people out here who have, you know, tons of followers. They have 10, 15, 20K followers, but they post anything, they're not getting any kind of engagement. They're not getting any kind of call. You know, like to me, that says a lot. That means you don't have a very strong community or something else kind of going on. Or, you know, I hate to say it, but like you bought followers or, you know, something like that is kind of happening. And that's totally not what you want. You want a strong community of, hey, these are my people, this is my audience, and this is what we do, and this is how we make things happen. Because I know a lot of people like bloggers and things like that, you want to work with other brands. You want people to reach out to you, right? But if they look at you, they're like, well, you don't have a real sense of community. It doesn't look very good. Like, I'm not going to give you my money to invest and be in marketing like, hey, I got this product. I want you to tell your people about it. But then your people aren't even talking. Like, I go look at your feed and I'm like, oh, you got likes, you got followers, but you don't have no comments. You know, you don't have no call to action. Like when you do a call to action, nobody responds. It's crickets. So like to me, that doesn't say you have a very engaged community, right? So it's things like that. Hey, Daniel. It's things like that will make people look at you kind of differently, especially if you're trying to reach out for brands. And I know that's constantly like a thing that a lot of you guys are wanting to do, especially in just trying to attract clients as well. Is that you got to have people that are, what I like to say, you know, like your home team, your ride or die people that no matter what you say, no matter what you do, they show up for you. And so that is part of having a community. And that's why it's so important to have a community. So I know sometimes the expectation people are like, oh, I could just make it. I don't need it. I can get people to buy my stuff. It doesn't matter. So I'd rather have someone that is more committed to me, you know, versus someone that's just like, oh, I don't care, I just show up for a deal. So that's kind of different between having someone that's a part of your community and not, right? Because if I pull out a special and they only show up when I do a promotional deal, you may not be like, you know, you're taking advantage of the deal, but like if I give you my regular pricing, you're going to honor that too. So that's two different things whenever you have that kind of stuff, right? About having a community and maintaining those expectations. Because if you build up that community, that is what you are known for, and that really helps people out to connect with you. And I think that goes for anybody, no matter what you're doing. So that works across the board, no matter if you're a photographer, if you're a speaker, if you're a boutique. Who else? Let me see who else I got on here. Make sure I get right. Fashion. I see fashion. I see photographer. I see attorney. So no matter where you're at in your business or whatever industry you're in, you got to have a sense of community. Like community is needed. Even if you don't call it a community, that's what it is. If you could think of your best clients that you have worked with, that you've been with, oh man, my client has been with me for 5-10 years. They just love me. They send me, I'm on their Christmas card list. They invite me to the cookout. They invite me to their friend's birthday party. Like that is what you want. Like to me, that says that you are successful. And so, so success is also defined by different things, but that is one of the main things that will help people to gravitate towards you and to stick with you because you're being authentic, you're being yourself, and you build up a great, community. Hey ladies, hey class style, good to see you guys. It said, okay, budget fashionista. Yeah, and if you guys have any questions, like let me know. So you said, I'm learning the value of this now. It is so important. So important. Hey Monica. Hey James, how are you doing? Good evening, guys. Yeah, so we're talking about community tonight. So talking about building up your community. And I think that is so important. And I love you guys because you guys are like so great to me. And I'm so thankful that you guys give me such a great, feedback on everything and just a vibe. Like if I do anything, you guys are so supportive, and I really appreciate that. But I love seeing what you guys are doing too, because it's about having that support as well. And like, hey, if you're doing these things, you can do it. Like, let's talk about it. So there's no need to be shameful or shy about what you're dealing with or anything in general. It's just like, yo, it's a community. We all, like, you ain't the only one out here that's had these struggles, right? Like we all have dealt with these things before. So that's part of, hey, Danielle, good to see you. Hey, with everything. So that's part of what you need to have as far as having your community. And so it really made me think about that because I just came back from a conference down in Tennessee and just thinking about like how much of the community, like we really do care about each other and really trying to say, okay, you're struggling with this. Well, let's see how can we make this better? There's no stupid question. So I think even when people say like, oh, there are stupid questions, like, yeah, okay, there may be, but I feel like you can't judge somebody else's question because it may sound stupid to you, but it's really important to them. Like there's levels to everything that we do. You know what I mean? He said, looks like we all had a good time. Oh my gosh, we had a great time. It was like, I learned like, so I came back, my flight came back in like midnight last night. And it was really fun. But I like this morning as I got up, I was like, oh my gosh, I got so much on my brain. I got so much that I want to do and accomplish now, but I feel like really refreshed and rejuvenated. And so I have so many ideas because like going to events like that really help you to meet people and have these conversations one-on-one. You know what I mean? Really helps you to be better and figure out like, oh, okay, you do that. That's interesting. I never would have thought to do that. Like I learned different ways about how people do some of their editing styles. I learned some new video techniques. So so you guys are going to see some new and different things coming up just because it's like, I mean, it was just so amazing. And then we had a good time, right? So we had like nice celebration, nice fellowship. So going back to that definition, right, that I told you guys at the beginning of what a community is building, you know, these relationships with like-minded people. And that's what it is. And everything like that. Jay Cowan says, no stupid questions, no stupid conversations. Our cohort is amazing. You are so right. That's exactly it. Like, I hate when people are like, I had a question, but I didn't want to ask it. And I'm like, why? Like, that drives me crazy. But I mean, I can remember being like that in school, like, you know, but I mean, I feel like as adults, you get to a point you're like, YOLO, I don't even care. Like y'all finna get you guys are going to get it today. Let's say you said we need to have events like that in Texas. Yeah, we do. Share those video techniques with me. Yeah, James, you know, I got you. You know, I got you, James. Yeah, we in this thing. So yeah, I did. So James, for that, like, I talked to one of the guys that's like, Benjamin Davis. He's really, really awesome. And so I just kind of asked him like some suggestions on branding videos and things like that. And so I want to try to do some multicam edits. So yes, my friend, maybe you know what, me and you could do that. So let's link up. So we can, so we could do some different stuff, you know? We're always trying to get better with our video work. So you guys know Tailored Penguin is James. And so he's really awesome. He came on a live. When did we do that live, James? Probably like 2 weeks or so ago. Well, it was probably like last month or a month ago. We need to do another one. But he came on and we talked about the difference between having doing video work on your own versus getting a professional. And when is that needed? So James is very, very talented, super awesome, creative videographer out here. Really fun to work with. Let's see. Yes, on having events like that in Texas. Oh yeah, I agree. So I'm totally game. Maybe we could do our own thing, guys. Yeah, maybe I'm a DFW people. We'll get together. We'll do a link up, a thing. Because I think, I don't know. Y'all let me know if y'all are ready. Because I kind of am. But I understand, with everything that's going on and everything like that. I definitely don't want anybody to feel like, oh my God, she's got us out here wilding out. Like, I definitely don't want that in my life. Let's see, to buy and Mini Pro. You know what? I was thinking about buying a Mini Pro too. I've seen people doing that for like behind the scenes kind of stuff, So let's see. Definitely those type of events here in Texas. Yeah. So I've been itching to buy. Boop, boop, boop. Yep, Mini Pro said, Ashley said, I'm here for it. I'll drive to Dallas. Yes, girl. You know what? Because I need to come to San Antonio. I met somebody else too in San Antonio. So I have a reason to, I have like multiple reasons to come to San Antonio. I dig San Antonio. Let's see. Yes, Will. Good to see you. Will said you'll come to Texas. Yeah, for sure. Yes. Thank you guys. I appreciate that. Y'all are the best. Ooh, y'all gonna make me choke up. But yeah, I'm just so happy for everybody. Like, I feel like we're really going in and really taking that time for ourselves to make our businesses and our brands like so much better. You know what I mean? Like, it's all out there. Like, we have all this talent. Like, if you really think about like all the people in your circle and just you as yourself, like, I got so much talent and so many things going on that we could totally make this thing happen. Let's see. Yep. Sounds good, James. Yeah. Let's me and you here in Dallas for both photographers. I'm game. So let's lay that out, James. So DM me and then we'll talk it all out because I'm definitely game for it. But yeah, so that was, tonight's topic. If you guys, let's see, I bought an awesome action by doing my own BTS. You strap it to your chest and record. Oh, I never thought about doing that. Yeah, I was at Daniel T, like some of those behind the scenes that he recorded of when he was shooting me in Tennessee, and he had a GoPro on top of his camera. And I was like, that's actually like really smart. So I got one idea to do that. But also, Will, I think you already have a drone. Because I took the drone workshop, which, y'all, if I get a drone, let me just tell you, it's going down if I get a drone. Like I had so many ideas when I was taking the drone class, like all the visual stuff that I was like, ooh, this would be, ooh. But one thing that was brought up during the drone workshop was that, you can use the drone to kind of do like some BTS. So you have the drone kind of do like the follow. I guess, Will, you know more about that with the drone. That it follows you around and kind of hovers you. And I was like, that would be really cool to have that. I mean, granted, you can't just set up a camera and do your tripod. That's generally what I do. I set up my second camera as like a backup to do that. But, a drone shot, like how cool would that be to do that? You know what I mean? So doing those kind of things was like, it's really different about how to do that. But yeah, see, Will, maybe you could do something like that. Like I didn't think about that as far as a drone. I know some people use a lot of drone shots for, their photography for like weddings, and I don't shoot a lot of weddings, so for me, I was like, but for me, I definitely would like to use it for some of my fashion video work stuff and some of those clients. Like I got so many ideas for that. But yeah, Will, I know Daniel T was using the GoPro on top of his. So he had it on top of his trigger. The trigger already had a horseshoe deal like on top, so that would work. And I was like, I didn't think about doing that, so that way you give a different perspective of whenever you're doing that, So I was just like, oh, that's really dope. Like to get that perspective, you don't have to worry about like having an assistant or having someone actually come and do those type of things. You know what I mean? Let's see. What are you guys saying? Drone life. Yeah, Charles, we've been talking about that. So I think I'm going to ask Santa for a drone for Christmas. I think I've been pretty good. I don't think I've been too naughty. So hopefully I'll get one. I don't know. Santa is probably just going to be me, but whatever. Santa, I'm going to put it on my list. Hi, Santa. I think I've been good this year and I would like a drone. Thanks. Even if I got to go sit on his lap at the mall. The kids would be like, excuse me, ma'am. I think you're a little too old to be sitting in Santa's lap. Let's see. I'm first in line for that with the work. I have so many ideas. Oh, I know you do, Ashley. So this would be really, really cool for you. And Monica, yes, it definitely would. You're talking about the one that we shot with your bride on top of the roof. That would definitely have been a really cool. Yeah, so definitely that. You need a part 107 for the drone work. Yeah, you do. Yeah, you do. So I learned that. You got to go get certified. We definitely don't want those problems in our life. No, I definitely would go get my pilot certification and stuff like that for sure. Because I don't want to do that. I don't want those problems in my life. I would do it totally like legit. Because I didn't know that till someone said that. Well, I learned it maybe, from one of my friends. He actually has a drone. He's showed me the license and everything. And I was like, oh my gosh, that's like so legit. I didn't know that you had to get all certified. But it makes sense though, right? Because I want them to be certified. If you're flying stuff in the air, we got planes and things like that. So for sure. You said Santa me just bought me a new MacBook. Ooh, you fancy. Yeah, I love my MacBook. Yeah, but I mean, the MacBooks are totally worth it though. Like I had a PC, a ThinkPad or something like that. And yeah, it was not cutting it. It was taking me, I would have to run Lightroom like over. It was just bad. Oh my God. It was so bad. I have flashbacks. Like yeah. So congratulations. You treated yourself and have insurance coverage. Yeah, definitely got that. Yeah, I got business insurance. You got to have those things. So, but yeah, it's a lot of fun. But yeah, guys, so those are kind of my tips for tonight, talking about, community. I think it's very important. I'm thankful for you guys for being in my community because y'all make this so much fun. Like every week, I'm just like so excited to see what you guys are up to. You guys are tagging me on all the social, which is so great. I always have a good time seeing what you guys are up to, getting the tags and everything like that. It makes it a lot of fun. So I really appreciate you guys. I'm always here to help out if you need anything. I love Instagram. So y'all are really great at sending me a DM. I'm always talking to you guys. Oh, that's funny. Or, hey, what's going on? How you doing? How's the family doing? So I'm definitely a fan of that because I really appreciate you guys. And, I just like knowing what you guys are going, what you guys are up to. And we all do so many like variation of things. Like you guys have businesses, multiple businesses. Some of you guys got multiple things going on, which I think is fantastic. I'm definitely a fan of being a serial entrepreneur. Like, don't be a one-trick pony. Like if COVID has showed you anything else, like, definitely you can't be a one-trick pony because you'll just never know. Like, I don't think we ever would have been like, hey, everybody's going to be stuck in the house for months. Like, it's about to be the holiday. It's a really legit about to be Halloween and Christmas. And I don't know where the year went, like legit. Like it's been done. Hey girl, hey Sheena, good to see you. Um, but if you guys have any questions or any ideas for topics or anything like that, stay tuned for, on my feed and my stories. I'm going to give you guys some more updates and tutorials on, some new updates and making sure you guys are staying on top of it. Because I know some people ask me, like, how do I make sure my Instagram is up to date? So I do have a video of that. So I'm going to show it to you guys. So that way you can kind of be sure that you're always up to date with whatever's going on, because Instagram's always making updates. Like I look and I'm like, what is this? Where did this go? Like right now, right? I don't know if you've noticed in the past maybe week or two that things have moved around. I'm like, oh, and even like one thing I really like is the reactions have changed on IG stories. I don't know if you guys have noticed that, if you've had that update, but make sure your app is updated first. But when you share now you can do more than just a regular emojis. And I'm such a big fan of reactions when people do like funny stuff or whatever. And so now you can add some different ones. So there's multiple reactions now you can give the people stories whenever you watch it. So that's one of my favorites that's been happening. But yeah, you guys have a great evening. Let's cheers out. So I got my wine. You guys have a great weekend. It's pre-Friday. I always love Thursdays, one, because I get to talk to you guys, but then also because it's like, it's Friday. Tomorrow's Friday. We got one more day of the week. You know what I'm saying? We've made it. It's been great. So cheers to you guys, and I hope you guys have a great weekend. All right, guys. Toodles.